Hello peoples, and how are you this fine day? Beautiful sunny day. Looked like it was going to rain. It tried it a little bit, but it's gone. Now we're into sunshine. Anyway, so nice to be back. Well, yes and no. I'm still on, as Paula says, vacation mode. So yeah, I had a good time on my holidays and lots of pictures. So my total trip was 5 weeks and 4 days. I left April 5th and arrived back home on May 13th. So today I had my two appointments. I had a CT scan at just after 11 o'clock. This was planned before I went on my trip. And then I saw Paula after. I had to go up and see Paula after that for the results. But apparently there are no results at the moment. So I'll be calling her next Tuesday if I want to know everything that's going on. Or if there's something wrong or something has changed, should I say, she's going to give me a call at home. So I kind of like that. That's kind of like the rapport that we have. So that's good. As far as anything with me, you know, we talked about chemo, and right now, as it stands right now, I won't be having any more chemo until progression of my cancer starts again. And how will they know that? They'll know that because of my symptoms. It's not always based on what the CT scan shows, because the CT scan could show nothing, and yet I'm having symptoms. One of the reasons why, like today, I thought I was going to be going on a new regime, but Paula explained that Dr. Vincent in London, my oncologist there, has decided that no more chemo for the time being until there's some kind of progression or something that indicates that I need it, is because my bone marrow, the more chemo you have, your bone marrow depletes. There may come a time when I need the chemo and I won't be able to have it because I've had already too much and I have no bone marrow left. So there's nothing to help me fight through the effects of the chemo. I came back from my trip, and Mark's been home all by himself. Anyway, I came back from my trip, and I have all the stack of mail there. And what's in the mail? Got a card. Mystery card. That's the rest of me. Anyway, and it says, let's picture it first. Cute. And it says, sending healing thoughts your way with the hope you're feeling better today. Hello. And it says, may today be a good day for you. Wishing you comfort, courage, and healing. And the person writes, are you almost ready to meet some cupcakes? Question mark, exclamation. And Sally, I hope you had a fantastic vacation. Thank you always. Oh, thinking of you always. Thinking of you always. Sorry, I blew that one up.
Hi, my friend.
Hello, my friend.
Okay, here are your questions.
I'm so glad you're my friend.
I'm so glad you're my friend, too. Thank you.
Thank you for being
My friend. Okay, this is from my mic. What do you think will happen to you after you die?
As in my soul, I believe my soul moves on. I believe what's left behind is just the body, just the flesh, just the whatever that decays. And I believe my soul moves on, and I will, I don't know if being reborn or being, you know, into another host body, because this is just a body that we take control of. It's our soul that moves on from place to place. And that's what I believe.
Okay, Deb from Poker. When you know you only have so much time left, how do you put up with Rue?
You really want to know?
I had to laugh. I'm sorry.
Well,
Answer it honestly.
Rue has been a rock. Sometimes she can be a little pushy. I don't want to say forceful, but sometimes she keeps me going. You know, there's times when I can be too much in thought, and I think with her I don't know what the word to use, magnetism. She can draw you back in and set you back, or set me back onto the right track, or give me different options of things to think, especially when I start getting little symptoms. Are the symptoms real, or are they in my head? So she can help with the scenarios and different things. That's what I like.
May from
That's why I keep coming back. But I punishment!
I love you.
Love you more because I can.
May from Poker says, "What did you do? What did you do differently after you found out?"
Well, there's a couple of incidences because we had some different appointments. But the final thing to say that yes, I am dying. Before I knew really how long I had left, I remember we were in London and we came back to, it used to be called O'Toole's, not O'Toole's, Braxton's. And I hadn't really been able to eat properly or drink or whatever, but I managed to drink Guinness. And I believe I had about 4. Felt somewhat totally wasted. Pete came to the bar there too, and I ended up staying here the night at Rue's. And I felt this fear of going home, because then I'd have to face my Mark. Even though he knew things weren't right and things weren't good, and it wasn't that I didn't want to be with him, I was afraid for him of how he would react. As far as myself goes, it was a whirlwind. It was a lot to take in all at once, and it was like I gave myself so long to grieve myself, and then I got my foot up to my ass, gave myself a quick kick, and kicked myself into gear and set my priorities.
Kathy from Volunteer. If there's anything you could change, would you?
No. You can't change what's done. You can't change the past. You can only look for the future and, learn from anything in the past. I believe that there are no mistakes in your life if you learn from them. Because when you learn from them, they become experiences. And you take those experiences on and help others to see that way.
Colby, is there anything I can do for you before you die?
That's a tough one.
Be you.
Oh, Colby, you're such a sweet kid. You're going to grow up. Be a wonderful husband to somebody one day. And I love you for you and your tenacity. I know it's a big word, but I bet you know it. You're a smart kid, and I shouldn't even call you a kid, you're a young man. But yeah, just keep being good to yourself, be good to others. You've learned a lot because of Rue. Through my cancer, you've learned not to be afraid, because death is, everybody's going to die, and there is no reason to be afraid. So I think just live your life to the fullest, and if there's anything I can teach you, that's what I'm teaching you.
My Pete. Oh, I wondered who you were waving at. Okay, my Pete. When you come back in your next life, what special talent would you like to have?
What talent? I was going to say I'd like to be me. I don't want to be a prude. Photography is a big thing with me. I still like to have that maybe I still want to be a Gemini because I am a creative person. It took a long time to realize that there's some things that I do that are good. I don't want to toot my own horn, but there are some things. It took a long time, and it was Rue that got me to realize there are some things that I do that are just, to me, they're just so natural and everyday stuff, but to other people, they can struggle at that. So I'd like to have a piece of me come back like that.
And I want you to be as smart as you are now, because I think you're incredibly smart.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay, my niece Lisa.
Hear that? That's my soul jumping out of my
I
chest
see.
coming back to me.
My niece Lisa, what is your most cherished memory?
My most cherished memory. I don't think I can say just one. Well, giving birth to my kids was very special because I was a person that wasn't supposed to be able to have kids. So by the time I had my daughter, I was 31 already. I went through life believing that was it. I was not going to be a mother, never be a mother. And finally I had resigned myself to that fact. And then I met my kid's father, and we decided to go and do some things about it. And hey presto, yep, I was pregnant. I was up for duff. And then I had my daughter Alicia. And then 21 months later I had my son. And then that was it. So as special as what those were, I think when it comes to something that was the most special that I witnessed, and that would be the birth of my granddaughter. To be a mother and watch your daughter, your baby, give birth to your grandbaby. And promise her there's pictures that will never be revealed to anybody else, because Brooklyn,
Exactly.
my little Brooklyn, was literally born with the camera right there in her face. And sometimes she has to tell me now, Nanny, enough. She's 5. But yes, that was the most. And I think because of that, Brooklyn and I have such a unique relationship. And
Okay, Ellie, what could I send you to take along for your journey from my heart to yours?
wow. You're an amazing person. And the gift that you've given me is already knowing you. And that is what I can take.
Kylie, did you enjoy your life on Earth?
Actually, Kylie, yes. There were times growing up, when I was your age, things weren't so right with me either. And we share some little things that are different. Like with the parent issue, the mums and dads, and I went through similar situations, and so there were some things that weren't very good for me, and as I got older, it got easier, and I learned to be okay with myself and like myself, make good choices, because the choices that you make yourself, as Bookin has told me yesterday, the choices you make yourself are the good choices, are the best choices. The choices that other people make for you are not yours.